It's been a week of more bad news for the Metropolitan Police. Already reeling from claims officers had abused their positions by engaging in illicit relationships while undercover, an investigation by the Guardian newspaper has uncovered more disturbing news. Officers from the secretive Special Demonstration Squad, which operated between 1968 and 2008, used the IDs of dead children to provide credible backstories for officers undercover. For John O'Connor, who headed the elite flying squad unit at Scotland Yard, this news has rocked the force.
I was absolutely horrified. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe how they could have been so, first of all, so arrogant, and secondly, how they could have been so incompetent, because they are entitled to obtain new identities for undercover officers, but there's a right way and a wrong way of doing it. And it seems to me they've gone down the path of the way the criminals obtain these documents, and I'm just absolutely horrified.
On Tuesday, Deputy Assistant Commissioner Pat Gallen, as well as some of the officers involved in the practice, were quizzed by the influential Home Affairs Select Committee in an attempt to try and establish just how widespread the practice was and if it still continues today. The Met says it's investigating. There is outrage at the ethics of officers plundering the details of deceased children in order to generate documents useful to undercover operatives when other avenues are available to the police. There's also an urgent call to come clean to the families affected and spare them more distress. Will lessons be learned from this? John O'Connor is unsure.
Lessons should have been learnt from Hillsborough. Lessons should have been learnt from the Stephen Lawrence case. Lessons need to be learnt, but they don't seem to learn. They still seem to act as though we're a police state. This isn't a police state. You know, this is a liberal democracy. People have rights, and the police don't have the rights to go and steal the identities of their deceased children and use them to obtain fraudulently documents. It's completely unacceptable. There needs to be really root and branch reform of the police in this country, in my view.
Although the Metropolitan Police are refusing to comment on these latest allegations, it's clear the matter simply will not disappear. With calls for a wide-ranging inquiry into the issue, as well as for Theresa May to address Parliament on the scandal, well, this could be the beginning of a nightmare for all those involved. Amina Taylor, Press TV, London.